In this video, we are going to learn on how to import data in Microsoft Excel and do some basic formattings on the same. In Excel, we have columns and rows. Columns are usually labeled using alphabets, while rows are identified by Arabic numbers, that is 1, 2, 3. In the first row is where we are going to type our table titles, that is customers, items bought, price, and quantity bought. From the second row, we shall input our data in correspondence with our table titles. Which are linear distributors. Marquee distributors. Top hill distributors. Carnegie distributors. Lonely distributors. Marquee distributors. Top hill distributors. And you will also include a 10% discount which was given to each customer. You have to ensure that your column size are adjusted according to your data size. For items bought, we have tunic for linear distributors, stockings for marquee distributors, pullover for top hill distributors, tie for Carnegie distributors, shirt for both Lonely and marquee distributors, and tie for top hill distributors, and a 10% discount. Then, prices for each item were as follows: tunic 600, stockings 300, pullover 1000, tie 150, shirt for both Lonely and marquee at 500, and top hill distributors tie were at 150. Quantity bought for each item was tunic 1000 pieces, stockings 1500, pullover 7000, tie 3000, shirt for Lonely 2000, shirt for marquee 1500, and 400 ties for top hill distributors. Now let's format our data. Highlight your work to change font type and font size. For font type, let's use Times New Roman and font size of 12. Then you also insert borders. Ensure you select all borders option. You highlight your work and copy to sheet 2. So that you can do further formattings from there, hence protecting your original work in sheet 1. You will create column titles in cell E1 and F1 as total cost and new total cost. To calculate the totals before the discount and after discount, respectively. Highlight all the cells containing numbers so that you set them using 1000 separator with 0 number of decimal places. Now, let's input the formula for calculating total cost for each item bought by distributors in cell E2. Type =, open the brackets, then write cell C2, asterisk sign cell D2, then close the brackets and enter. So, instead of typing the same formula for the preceding cells, you can point at the right bottom corner of cell E2 until you see a black plus sign. Drag it down to the last cell of your calculation. Now, let's calculate the new total cost after the 10% discount. In cell F2, type =, open the brackets, then write cell E2, asterisk sign. 10% is the same as 10 out of 100. So, you type in 10 out of 100, then you close the brackets, then press enter. So, instead of typing the same formula for the preceding cells, you can point at the right bottom corner of cell F2 until you see a right bottom corner, a black plus sign. Drag it down to the last cell of your calculation. Now, we can change names of our sheet and also the tab colors. So, we are going to rename sheet 3 to chart and then sheet 2 to modified. Highlight the first row and go to Data tab on the toolbar and select Filter so that you are able to filter only Kariki distributors and top yield distributors with a specific item bought being tie. From this information, we are able to create a column chart in comparison of the two distributors with the quantity of tie bought by each of them. To insert a column chart, you have to select column A, customers, items bought and quantity bought, Then you go to Insert tab, click on Columns, then you can click on 2D column chart unless you are asked to use a 3D column chart. Under Chart Tools, go to the Layout to set chart title above the chart. Then, type your chart title. Go to Legend and select where you need your legend to be aligned. Go to Data Tables and select Show Data Table with Legend keys. Right-click on the chart and cut it to paste in the new sheet called Chart. To save your work, go to File, then Save As. Then select where you want to save your work. In our case, we'll save on desktop with file name as Excel for Beginners, then click Save. Then, if you need to print your work after formatting, you have to ensure that you are on the right sheet of the work you need to print. Then go to File, Print, then select the type of printer. You can change paper orientation either as portrait or landscape. You can also change your paper size to either letter or A4 size. Then you click the Print button. Thank you for watching.
In this video, we are going to learn how we can be able to get the totals for each column in Microsoft Excel. So as you can see, we already have data. I've created an imaginary data here. I have imaginary names for employees, different departments, that's agriculture, procurement, finance, fisheries, reception, and accounts. Then I also created some imaginary figures that are going to enable us be able to learn how we can be able to get the totals for each column. So usually there's usual calculation on how we can be able to get the grand total for each, where you will go to the cell where you want to get your summation, then you enter equal sign, then you will use the function sum, SUM, you open the parenthesis, then you click on the first cell under the same column where you want your calculation to begin. So we click on 216, that is cell B2. Then you drag it down to the last cell where you want your calculation to end. Then after that you close your parenthesis. After that, once we click enter or return, it will be able to generate us with the summation for agriculture column. But for now we are not going to use this, so we'll hit this X to cancel. Okay, now I'm going to show you another way of how you can be able to calculate this without entering the formula. So the first way is you go under home tab, you'll open this ribbon, then you'll go under the grouping editing. You'll be able to find auto sum feature. Once you point on it, especially it will be different according to the type of office you are using. Like in our case, we are using Microsoft Office 2010. So once you click on it, you'll be able to display some dialog box saying this is displaying the sum of the selected cells directly after the selected cells. So this is one way of how you can be able to find that feature. Then the other way, you go to Formulas tab, you click on it. Then on the ribbon for Formulas tab, you will be able to find this feature here, Auto Sum. There's an arrow pointing down. Click on it. It will be able to show you sum, average, count numbers, the maximum, minimum, and you can also be able to get more functions. But for now, we are only going to use the summation feature. So those are two ways. You can either use the Formulas tab, or you can just use the first formula from Home tab. So we're going to click on the cell that we want to get our summations. In our case, we're going to click on, we start by calculating the summation for agriculture. So we click on the cell, the grand total for agriculture, which is cell B8. Okay. So we go to Auto Sum, then we click on it. It will automatically select the range of cells that we will be able to get our summations. Once it has been selected like that, we click enter or return. Then it will generate for us the summation for agriculture. So this is the shortest way of how you can be able to get the summation for your column totals. Then we can try and insert a blank row so that we check if it's possible for it to calculate including the blank rows. So we click insert and try on a different column. Let's say for accounts. So click on the cell that is G9, which will be able to get the summations for accounts. So click on this cell and click on Auto Sum. You can see that it will leave out the part which is empty. The row that has empty details, it will not be included. So the empty cells will not be able to be included as one of the calculations unless you input a different figure there. We can now cancel this and remove this empty row. Then for the other departments, that's procurement, finance, fisheries, reception, and accounts, it's not compulsory that you be doing calculation for each. After doing the first one, because the other departments will have the same formula as the one for agriculture, so we just click on this cell to grand total for agriculture. Then at the bottom right corner of the cell, you'll point there to bring you this sign, a plus sign. Then you'll drag it to the last cell where you want your calculation to be done, like that. So guys, that is simply how you can be able to do totaling calculation for each column in Microsoft Excel. Today we are going to learn on how to do calculations in Microsoft Excel and how to link different cells in different sheets in Spreadsheet workbook. So in this video we are going to do simple calculations for student marks, that's for first term, second term, and third term. So we're going to have admission number, student name, the subjects, so that is mathematics, English, Swahili, science, and then we have social studies and CRE. Then here we have total marks, that is for term 1, and the same for second term and third term. So let's do the first, let's input the first details for the first student. As you can see, we already have the first details, the first marks for the first student. So let's input marks for the second student. For that first term, let's say she got 78 marks in mathematics, English 68, Kiswahili 66, science 78, SST stroke CLE, let's say 75 marks. Then to get to the total marks, you have to input a formula to calculate marks for the 5 subjects. So we put equal sign. So we are going to get the sum. So you put sum, open the brackets. In the brackets, then you click on the first cell where you want your calculation to begin. So you're going to click on cell C4. Then you put the full column. Then you click on the last cell where your calculation will end. That is cell G4. Then you close the brackets, then enter. So the student will have a total of 365 marks. Then that is for first term. So we do the same with the second and third term. So let's enter the marks for second term. 78, 74, 62, 64, 78. Then you get the total, the same, equal sign, sum, open the brackets, click on the first cell, full column, the last cell. So enter the formula. So to input the formula, you can also use the formula tab here at the top where we have auto sum. Click on auto sum and click sum. It will calculate for you and enter. So the student will have 356 marks the second term. Then we do the same third term. Let's say 176 marks, 66, 62, 75, then lastly 74. Then you get the total to sum, enter. Close this. So to get the total here, go on to sum, then sum, then you enter. That is 353 marks for the third term. So we'll do the same for all the students. So we're going to insert all the marks for the 30 students. So let's input the marks. After inputting on the marks for all the students, now we can come and calculate the totals. Also for totals, because we've already calculated the first two columns, we are going to click here and drag down the results to get the totals for the remaining students. So click on the cell H3, then on this black, when it turns to black sign, we drag it down to the last cell like that, and we do the same in the other total marks cells. The same in the total marks cells, like that. So at the end of the day, we have 30 students with the total marks and the marks for each subject. Now we need to get the average marks for each student for the 3 terms. We're going to click on the average marks tab. So for the first student, we already have the total marks. So going to start from the second student. So here is where we're going to learn on how to link different cells in different sheets. So to link this cell from the maths in first term, second term, and third term, we're going to input the equal sign, then write sum, because we're going to add the marks for the 3 terms. So open the bracket, then we're going to go to the table tab where our marks is. So for the first student in the first term, we're going to go to the marks column, click on the marks for mathematics, then you put a comma, go to second term, second student marks, click there, put a comma, then third term marks, then after that you close with you close the brackets, then you enter. And once you press enter, it will bring us the total marks for funny smiles. That is for the maths marks for the first term, second, and third term. So just like that, that's how you link up cells in different sheets in a spreadsheet workbook. So after doing that, you can drag this cell from mathematics to other subjects so that we can fill the average marks or the total marks for the 3 terms for the other 4 subjects. So we drag it horizontally to SST/CRE. Then here under total marks, we're going to get the total marks for both 3 terms, that is for the 5 subjects. So we click on cell H4, then we go to formulas, sum, auto sum, then you click on sum, then you enter. So these are the total marks for funny smiles, that is for the 3 terms. Then you're going to get the average. So average, you're going to divide the total marks by 3. So 3 means those are the first term, second, and the first, second, and third term. So we're going to use the formula. So you put equal sign, then you click on total marks for the 3 terms. Then you're going to divide these marks by 3 terms to get the average marks for the student. So you enter. So at the end of the day, funny smiles we have 358 marks for the 3 terms. So this is how you can link and for a quick recap, you can see once you click on SST or any other cell containing calculations in this average marks tab sheet, you'll find that it's being referred to table tab, which is right here. So that means that these calculations, they're being referred on this tab. So this is where our the numbers are coming from for us to be able to get the average marks. Okay, so let's do the same for this third student. So we're going to put equal sign, then the sum, then we open the brackets and close it so that we are able to add the figures between the brackets. So we go to the table. So click on third student, click on maths for the first term, comma, then maths for the second term, comma, then maths for the third term. Then after that, make sure you've closed your bracket because you opened after writing sum, then you enter. It will give us the total marks for maths for the 3 terms for the third student. So drag it horizontally to get the total marks. Then we now calculate the total marks for the 3 terms for Queen Harrison, who is the third student. So I'm going to click here and then go to formulas, auto sum, then sum. As you can see, it's calculating the wrong summation. So we are going to write our own cells. So we are going to begin from cell. This is cell C5 up to cell G5. Then you enter. Then after that, we're going to get our average, which I said, write equal sign, take the total marks for the 3 terms, then we divide by the 3 terms and get the average mark for the student, of which Queen Harrison will have gotten 338 marks. That is for the 3 terms. Then you can now drag down our results to get the total, the summation for other students. So come here, then drag down to the last student. That. Then after doing this, you can select all, then you drag it to the last subject there. Then you can also do the same here, and the same here. Giving us wrong values. So you're going to just type that is equal sign this h6, then you divide by 3, then you enter. And when you enter, it is going to give us decimal number values, that is 325. So you can still drag it down the last point. After doing that, we're going to remove decimal points, so that you're able to remain with just a whole number. So come on Home tab, go to General. This is under Number. Then you can reduce using this feature, decrease decimal, or you can also increase decimal. So we are going to decrease decimals. So here we're going to reduce the numbers with decimals. We're going to round them to nearest whole number. So for example, here we have 325.667. That is, we can make it 326 marks. Then we have 327.3, that is just 327. Then we have 325.3, that is 325. Now 377, that is 378. Then we have 352.7, that is 353. Then we have 363. Now 366. We have 295. We have 259. We have 254. We have 376. We have 351. 361. 364.5, that is 365. Then we have 294. Then we have 257. We have 253. We have 375. We have 350 marks. We have 360 marks. We have 363. We have 292. Have 256, and the last one is 251 marks. So these are average marks for all our students. So at the end of the day, that's how we calculate average marks through a simple way of just linking the marks for our students in our first sheet, which is table form, indicating the marks for each subject for every student in first term, second, and third term. Then finally, after linking them, we are able to get the average marks for the students for the 3 terms. I'm going to show you how you can be able to remove duplicates from an Excel workbook or just an Excel column. For example, I've already typed here some work. Just repeat it, manual. Then this is manual check. then we have technology manual, then manual technology. Literally we only have these four words that are written different, but these other words that are following here down, they're just repetition or duplicates of the first four words, which is tech manual, manual tech, then we have technology manual, and then manual technology. So before I show you how you can be able to do that, or how you can be able to remove duplicates using Microsoft Excel, first we're going to remind ourselves, if you remember, in our previous videos for Excel, been able to show you how the outline or the layout of an Excel workbook. Remember, we said that we have home. These are tabs. We have home tab, we have insert tab, there is page layout tab, we have formulas tab, we have data tab, then review tab, and then lastly we have the review tab. Each of these tabs have different works. For example, the home tab, it has a ribbon, and under this ribbon it has different groups. For example, the clipboard, the font, the alignment, the number, styles, sales, and the editing. Then same as the insert tab that also has its own ribbon, and it has different groups for different functions. So for today we are going to learn on how to use the remove duplicates feature. Okay, now to remove the duplicate from this column, what we are going to do is we are going to select everything from the first word, which is take manual. So we select the last word, which is manual technology. After selecting everything, so this is one way of how you can select your work. Then the other way, you can just come on, because the column that we want to remove duplicates is just B. So you click or you point on the first row, which is the column B. Point there, you will see an arrow pointing down. So you click on there. After clicking there, you will be able to see that the whole column will be selected. That is, if you have more than let's say 100 words that you want to remove duplicates. So to remove duplicates, we're going to go to the data tab. Click on data tab. It will open for us a ribbon that also has different groups. We have the get external data. We have connections here. Then we have sort and filter your data. Then we have data tools, and then the outline. So today we are going to use this group called data tools, which has different features, that is text to columns. Then we have the remove duplicate now, which we want to use. Then we have data validation, consolidate, then what if analysis. So for now we're going to use this feature, which is remove duplicates. So we're going to click on it. After selecting your work, make sure that you selected the column that you want to remove your duplicates first before clicking on the data or on the data tab. Then you come on the remove duplicates feature, you click on it. Then here it will pop up a dialog box that will be saying to delete duplicate values, you select one or more columns that contain duplicate. That's exactly what we've done. Then there's select all. Then you can also unselect, but what we need is that we need to select all from column B. Then if your data has headers, that is, if you have titles on your first row, make sure that you enable this feature so that the first row is unselected. So first, let's do it without the headers. Then we come and input now the headers. So click OK. Here it is saying that 20 duplicate values were found and removed. That is 5 unique values will remain. So you click OK. Then you can save your work. So that is one way if you don't have the headers on your work. But now let's redo this work. so that you can include headers to see the difference. Click undo. So here we're going to let's call it groups. This is going to be our header. You can even change the color to bring the difference, and the size can also increase. So here we have groups as our header. So what we're going to do, we're going to repeat exactly what we just done. We select column B, click on data tab, then we click on remove duplicates. As I've just said earlier, we're going to say that this checkbox here, it's saying my data has headers. So to make sure that you haven't removed duplicates including your headers, make sure that you selected it. Like right now our work is being selected as a whole. Then now we are going to remove, or we're going to click this checkbox, my data has headers, click on it, then you select all, then you can click OK. It's saying that 20 duplicate values have been removed and 4 unique values remain. Click OK. So here we've been able to remove or to eliminate the duplicate values that were on our column B. So guys, that's how you can simply be able to remove duplicates from your Excel workbook or from your Excel document. I'm going to show you how to display or hide an autofill handle in Microsoft Excel. So we're going to open Microsoft Excel, click on the start button. I'm going to search Microsoft Excel. Microsoft Excel. We click on it to open. So by default in Excel sheet, when you open an Excel workbook, you will find that, and this is what we call an autofill handle. So every time when you click on any box in Excel, it's an autofill handle that will help us to autofill the formulas in Excel. For example, if you have a formula like 1 plus 2, then you have 3, then you can have another one, 5, 56, 45, 54, 12. Let's just try to have some sample for us to be able to see the difference. 55, 68, then you have 78. So here we have a sample data that we're going to use. This is going to be a sample data. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert the formula for the first cell. So we click here, then we come on auto sum, click on it. You'll be able to get the total for cell F3, then G3 and H3 in cell I3. So to get the of which we need to get the sum for the 3 consecutive cells. So what we do is we use the autofill handle. Just like that, we will have gotten our answer. But now we are going to learn on how to disable this or enable it. So to disable this feature, we go to the file, click on file, then while on file we click on options, then we are going to select advanced features. Click advanced. Here you'll be able to see this option, enable fill handle and cell drag and drop. Then you also enable alert before overwriting the cells. So we're going to disable it because right now it's enabled. So we uncheck the box for enabling fill handle, then you click OK to save your changes. So right now when you click on any cell, we are not able to autofill anything, or you are not able to autofill the formula to the preceding cells of the same. So this is how you can be able to disable the feature, the autofill handle feature in Microsoft Excel. And to enable it back, you are going to repeat the same steps or procedure. So we're going to go to File, we click on the options, then click on Advanced. Then you're going to enable fill handle and cell drag and drop. So we check this box, then we click OK to save your work. Now as you can see, we now have the feature. We can be able to drag our formula down and fill on the other cells. So that's simply how you can be able to enable or display the autofill handle feature in Microsoft Excel. So thank you for listening and learning together with us. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share our videos. See you in the next one.